Hello, family and friends. Welcome to Miss Christine's Yoga Studio. Today we have Miss Chloe over here taking a nap. She just got through with a bath. We have Miss Yogi there in the back to supervise us, and we have a Christmas bird. That's one of Chloe's favorite friends. Chloe will sleep next to her most of the holiday season. And today we're going to investigate the airplane pose, which is very, very similar to the monkey pose that we did in the last video. There are some basic differences, and we'll point those out as we go along. We use the airplane pose usually at the end of the warm-up session or mountain one, and during the core session of a yoga practice, which is the workout phase. Remember, the mountain and valley terminology that I use came from the Yoga Fit curriculum where I was certified. And I talked about that terminology a couple of videos ago. So anyway, that's where we use the airplane pose. Its benefits are almost exactly like the monkey pose, where we strengthen our core and our back. We stretch our hamstrings and our glutes. Also, the airplane pose will be working with some of our back muscles because we will be using our arms. So we're going to get over here and start in our mountain pose. Another difference between monkey pose and airplane pose is how we get into each one of them. If you remember, monkey pose, we went down into a forward fold, came up to monkey pose, down to a forward fold, and then back up to a mountain pose. In airplane pose, we're going to start in mountain, go halfway down to airplane, and come back up. So it sounds a little bit easier, but there's a lot of stuff to think about. Let's start by getting into our most perfect mountain pose. Drawing energy up through the ground, through our legs, tucking our core in, our tush, or tucking our tush in and pulling our belly button to our spine, engaging our core. Let's knit those ribs together so that the whole core is engaged. Energy pulling up, 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 over our shoulders. Shoulders are down, but there's somebody in the back there pulling straps down and pulling our shoulders down even further. So our back is grounding to the earth, and our front is lifting to the heavens. Chin parallel to the floor, neck long, and the crown of our head pulling up to the ceiling. Get into the most perfect mountain pose you can get. Head over heart over pelvis. And by the way, we're going to stay in that position through the whole pose. Flat back. We're in flat back right now. And it's also called neutral spine. I want you to take a deep breath up, overhead, and then we're going to swan dive. And as we swan dive, our knees will bend and our arms will come down to shoulder height, and we will start hinging forward from our hips halfway. Keep those arms straight out. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see my flat back that I'm going to keep. Hopefully I'm going to keep. Bend those knees as generously as you need to keep a flat back. Now I want you to feel energy from your fingertips, from these fingertips going across your shoulder blades to these fingertips. Lots of energy pulling. Feel that pull, and keep your shoulders back and up. I want you to feel energy from the crown of your head to the wall straight across, and from your tailbone I want you to feel energy going that way. So there's energy going all the way down your spine, pulling you this way. So you've got energy pulling you this way and this way. Energy, energy. There you go. I'm going to put my arms in so you can see. Hopefully I have a pretty flat back. This would be not a flat back. This is a flatter back. Now we're going to take inventory. I want your knees to be generously bending. I want you to be hinging from your hips. I want your core engaged, shoulders back, and your head pointing forward. To leave this position, take a deep breath, inhale, come back up, and come down to Anjali Mudra as you exhale. That was airplane. Lots to think about. Don't forget that inventory checklist that I gave you. We're going to bring that up in a few minutes. Now there are options. One option is you can do this in a chair. But like I've always pointed out, if you're going to do chair yoga, you've got to watch out for not collapsing. It's easy to collapse and collapse your core in a chair. Sit on a booster. And I don't mean a soft pillow. Go get a hard booster, yoga booster. They cost $30, $40, $50, but they're worth it. And if you have to do chair yoga, it will really help you with your technique. If you have a lower back problems, sciatica, I've had sciatica before. Be sure to bend your knees generously. It will take the pressure off that lower back. Let me see. The lower back is really important for that. I have one other place that I wanted to bring up, really. Oh, stability. Sometimes when we're leaning forward, we feel a little bit wobbly. Take your hand and put it against a wall. Don't lean on it, just place it lightly on the wall. You can even use a finger. That might be enough to spot check you in giving you more stability. You just need a little spotting. And if you practice that enough, pretty soon you'll be able to let go of that. Something I brought up last time was to get a mirror. I know a lot of people don't have that kind of room in their house or where they live to have a mirror up, a life-size, full-size mirror. But if you can get one, it'll help you with all your postures. You'll be able to really be able to correct a lot of problems that you're having. Now, I want to bring up all the misalignments that we can go through. Remember that checklist I gave you? A checklist of 5 things. Knees, hips, core, shoulders, head and neck. Every time you do monkey, every time you do airplane, go through that checklist until you feel really comfortable. Well, go through it even when you do feel comfortable. It's a great checklist to keep you aligned, because you want to keep that back aligned. Sometimes it's good to put some of your weight in the back of your heels instead of forward, especially when you're going forward. So much of your weight is going forward and you're fighting gravity. Remember, this is a gravity struggle. And if you put some of your weight back on your heels, it'll counterbalance that feeling of, oh, I'm gonna go forward. So, a little bit back. Do not hyperextend your knees. You're asking for trouble. In fact, generously bend them. Bend forward from your hips. If you bend forward from your waist, you'll do this. And that is not our goal. Our goal is this. So you hinge like a windshield wiper. It's a good practice just to go back and forth like that. Engage your core. Keep your shoulders back. It's another great way to keep your back flat. Keep your neck straight. Keep your crown of your head pointed towards that wall. Gaze downward. Don't be bending your neck or you'll get out of alignment. Lots to think about. All of these poses are take a lot of mindful thinking to do them properly. Be sure to portray the kind of energy that you want to attract. Think about that. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me. See you next time. I think the next time we get together, we'll be on the floor for some abdominal work. See you later. Bye-bye.